Hi! Have you ever visited a site where you know that the site seems to have everything? Nice images, a good message, nice colors, but you felt that something is off and things feel like they're all over the place. Whereas, have you also visited a site where there are no images? The message was okay, but it's so easy for you to understand where your visitor the site is bringing you to and the message that comes to you. Chances are that you're experiencing this because of the typography choices or font choices that the designer has made. The right typography or the choice of typography can literally make or break your site. So today, I'll be sharing 3 principles which I use as far as choosing the right fonts for effective web design. Number 1, prioritize readability. You know, amateur designers will pick a choice of font for the way it looks. You know, there are so many font choices out there and there are so many to choose from so that you can express yourself through the font. But the question is it legible? When you write a paragraph of text or you write a title using that font, is it easy for the customer to read? If not, don't use that font. On print, there is people typically use serif fonts, like the ones we read on newspaper, Times New Roman, Garamond, Georgia. Whereas on the web, for legibility, people tend to use sans serif fonts. Montserrat, Poppins, and Inter, many choices out there. They are suitable, they are modern looking, and most importantly, easy to read, even at small font sizes. So number 1, prioritize readability and legibility. Number 2, now they have chosen a base font, choose a font to pair with this to create contrast. Remember, last time I used to share a video on the 4 web design principles, and C stands for contrast. So when choosing a second font, typically we'll choose one font for the header and one font for the body. So when you're picking the 2 fonts, make sure there's contrast. The worst thing you can do is to choose a different font for the title, but it is so similar to the body font that people didn't even know there is a different font. If you want to make it different, make it significantly different so that people know that there is contrast. Okay? And thirdly, stick to 2 or 3 fonts maximum. Typically in most of my projects, I use only 2 fonts. The title, one for the title font, and one for the body font. And that's enough for most projects. On a small number of projects, I use a third font, more like a display kind of font, and that's for like quotes or backgrounds behind the title. They're kind of more styling kind of font. But for the content, typically there'll be only 2 fonts, one for the title and one for the body text. When you choose or when you follow these 3 principles, you can use the 2 fonts and play around with the different styles, different colors, different opacity, different sizes, and you can create a very beautiful design. So remember, prioritize readability, choose a font pair, a second font that promotes contrast, and number 3, choose up to 3 fonts maximum for each design. See you tomorrow.